Welcome everybody to the main event 152. And today we are taking a look at everybody's response to the Big AL Big A.I challenge for February, which was to have your avatar appear in one of the Olympic events, particularly one that you may not think you would ever want to do. We're going to be taking a look at that in a little bit. Usually I start off with the news because I invited Michael Leffer to join us today to give us a short demo of his program. I'm going to just quickly mention about the news. There are 2 articles on Nano Banana 2. There are 2 on C-Dance, because C-Dance keeps being talked about. There's one about Chimera, that's camera with AI instead of A. There's one on Imagine Art as an emotion machine. There's an article about perplexity. There's one that is not in the listings, but it was something that was on CBS News last night. And that is that there's a big battle going on between Anthropic and the Pentagon. The issue is they have a contract with the Pentagon for use with Claude on their computers and everything, but Anthropic has precautions set up, barriers set up for what Claude can do or cannot do. And the issue is Anthropic does not want to give permission to the Pentagon to use Claude for surveilling U.S. citizens, and it is not to be used for autonomous weapons. They are threatening to cut their contract with them, and Anthropic is not budging. So let's hear it for Anthropic. I invited Michael to come because he showed me this week a new program that he's got that is a kids educational program, and it's really very cool. And I think that kids will not only get something out of it from the standpoint of learning about animals and alphabet and things like that, but it also is teaching them a bit about how AI works. So, Michael, I'm going to turn this over to you. You've got just a few minutes to do this because we've got so much to cover today. So share your screen and tell us about your program.
Good morning, everybody. The program is called Animaker, and it allows kids from grades 3 to 8 in the US, if you're in Europe, it might be different, to create animated stories. So it works very simply. We have a spinner, and you can randomly pick a letter, which will then create an animal. Or you can pick the letter directly. So I'm going to pick turtles. So these are sea turtles. We have 2 kinds of turtles, land and sea. Okay, so here we have our turtle, and we get some quick facts about the turtle, and we get some environments that the turtle might be living in. So we're going to pick one of the environments, which is a beach. And we're going to say, okay, let's make a story, an image, and an animation. So we press this button, and it's generating an initial story. And this is the sea turtle is hauling out of the sea to make its nest. And it's using its flippers to do that. Okay, we could actually create other stories around other behaviors, or we could write our own story, or we can enhance the current story. So since we're pressed for time, let's do this.
You're going to do you got comics as a choice of style there?
Right, so there's different, I'm sorry, thank you. There's different visual styles that we can render the image and the animation in. So we'll try comics. It's kind of fun, and it creates a quick image. So here's the image being created. So here's our turtle, and she's up on the beach. She's created a nest for her eggs, and now we can animate her. And while we're animating her, we get the motion prompt, which is basically the story, or you can change it to enhance it. And we get some quick facts about the sea turtle. And this helps keep the attention of the user, of the kid, and also teaches them some things about turtles. So how big is a turtle? Anybody want to guess?
3 to 4.
No, 3 to 4 feet. Okay, correct. So it tells us, yes, that's correct. And it gives us some facts and it relates it to a kid, big kid, and so on and so forth. And we ask it the next question. What are the predators of a sea turtle? And anybody want to guess on this one?
Dingoes and foxes.
Oh, all right. No, I don't think so. Sea turtles have to watch out for predators like sharks and large fish to maybe try to catch them in the ocean and so on. Al didn't know. What animals are related to the sea turtle? The French bulldog doesn't seem to be. The tortoise, the terrapin, or the leatherback. I think that's it. And that's correct. Okay. And let's go for the next one.
You'll notice
How
over underneath the picture that the dial is going on preparing the animation. So you'll
Thank you.
see that it's generating.
So we have about a minute and a half to go. Okay, how much does a turtle weigh? I don't know. I think they're pretty heavy. Yes, 150 pounds and up. And this is teaching more facts to the kid about the turtle, and it gives it a nice context, like a big piano or a small motorcycle. So that kind of relates the weight to the kid's experience.
Michael, I just want to mention in the comments section, you're getting some very nice comments.
Oh,
Brilliant idea. Did you manually or vibe code? So cute. I can see how kids would love this. Very
thank you.
cute.
Let me just finish my demo. It's hard to
Yeah.
do two things. So here's the sea turtle, and she's digging her nest further down, and we see the ocean in the back. Once her nest is finished and she's laid her eggs, she crawls back into the sea. I actually saw this in Costa Rica many years ago. It's very exciting to watch at the middle of the night. Okay, so that's it, and I can share it and so on and so forth.
Okay.
Thank you for
Excellent. I really think, like somebody commented, I think that kids would get a lot out of this, and I think that you've really got a winner here. Now,
thank
you were telling me what the audience was you were going for,
right.
rather than making it necessarily commercially available.
Yes. So the program is not going to be released so far on as a general website or offering. It's for museums and educational institutions to host. Well, they don't have to host it, but to offer it to their attendees. So that makes it a lot more democratic and simple for me to administer because I only have to sell it to one user at a time. And we're pricing it based upon the number of visitors or participants in the class.
Michael, thank you for sharing this. If you could
Thank
end
you,
your,
everybody. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me.
okay, thank you, Deanna.
Yes.
Deanna and I we decided after last month's looking at everybody was taking time to, oh, how do I set this up and all this sort of thing. Can you see my screen and all that? So what we decided was I'm going to show everything. We will stop between things and let people make comments about what they've done and about what we're showing. Deanna and I will play Sportscaster. I'm going to start sharing my screen now.
While you're doing that, that was a great app, by the way. Really, really cool.
Oh, thank you. Who's calling? Who's speaking?
That was Deanna, and I'm happy to connect you to Sarah
sorry,
Dooley
sorry.
over at the AI Empowered Model. She's awesome.
All these windows are giving me
Yeah, I know.
that.
Well,
And
this
yeah.
this
Who
is
suggested this other podcast?
Yeah, that was mine.
Okay, thank you.
this is the thing that started everything, so I thought I'd play my.
Look at that guy go, Bob. You'd never think he was 82 years old.
I know, Jim. When I first saw that, I thought it was a typo. He skis like 28, not 82.
It looks like he's going for the Olympic record.
It's going to be close. 0.2 of a second
No
shy.
matter what, Bob, Big Al's certain to be on the medal platform today.
That's what we started with, and I'm going to show you some stuff in the order in which they were entered. I've put all of these on my LinkedIn profile, and this was the first one by Eric Fadiman, and we'll show this full screen and let you watch it, and then we'll comment. Okay, gang. Deanna, what do you think?
Pretty amazing run between the two of you. We'd like to comment on both, actually.
Okay.
Who's up? Who wants to give feedback? Because I thought that was amazing.
It was, a fun thing. I had done an earlier thing where I was doing a snowboard jumping thing and flipping around in the air and everything. And I said, I've got to stop showing Winter Olympics or people are going to understand what I'm planning on doing for February. So I just, did that one, but I did other things like climbing when we show the next things, when we stop, this next one is Lisa's. So we'll stop and let Lisa talk about it. What's interesting about this particular post is that it is one that shows the workflow as well. Well, Lisa, you brought in Big Al the alligator.
Yes, I did. I borrowed him from the birthday video and tagged Eric and Glenn to thank them. Yeah. First of all, I wanted to mention I don't ever upscale because I get weird errors like your image is too big from ImagineArt. One of the things, the reason why I actually posted both just the video and then the workflow, because the creative partnerships at the same time, Aisha was pressuring me for another workflow. And so I have to save time I cheat. So I had to combine my entry with my ImagineArt workflow request. I struggled with it. I have zero patience, so I don't do long videos and I kind of give up after so many generations with perfection. And it really, between the alligator and the all the little USA logos and polo details, I just, at some point, I'm done with it, right?
It's not like a paid job,
Yeah.
it's just for this challenge. But no, it was very cool, and it was neat to see the workflow there too.
Yeah, I'm lazy Lisa. 2 days and that's it. I'm done. I was going to mention too with the audio, I'm testing and a partner this platform called Morello. And what's cool about it is you know how, so maybe you use Kling and VO and CDance and you have all this weird audio that is virtually useless. You just do a rough cut edit and upload your stitched video to Morello, and its AI creates a solid track for you. It analyzes your video. So I use the Morello technology on like the stitched video, and it does a really cool job. So just a tip.
Deanna, what do you think?
I think it was amazing. And I had never heard of Morello, so thank you for sharing that tip. That is super cool.
It's fun.
We now have Barbara.
Estebaranz
Yeah. All right.
wins gold for Spain. Yes.
Yeah, and she decided she's doing the skeleton.
I'm impressed that she was able to do a luge. I could not get a luge. I was impressed that she was able to do a luge. I was not able to create anything even close to that. That was really cool.
There's been some very interesting things done. I'm really pleased that people, have been able to do this. And I think the big thing is, when I was looking at these things, I said, 2 months ago, we wouldn't have been able to do things this quality. It's just amazing what has happened with Kling, and everybody's, like I said, is talking about CDance. Literally 1 week, Kling was claimed to be, people were saying this is the best thing for video that's out there, and literally the next week, CDance is the best thing for out there.
Amazing, right? Just amazing. You ready for the next one?
I am.
Inspired Spitfire wins the gold in multiple events. Downhill skiing, skiing with a backward flip, women's figure skating, downhill snowboarding, skeleton, women's hockey,
Yes.
USA.
Let me get this back
All
to
the good stuff. This one's going to be fun. Curling plus a couple of victory dances thrown in. So this is going to be fun.
Moving in slow motion, we're just floating, so out and free, and it all made sense to me. If I'm gonna die a young American, then this was the final night we'd ever have again. I'd be just fine as long as I'm wherever you are, 'cause you stole my young American heart.
She not only did this, but she also entered some stuff for proposed events that should be in the Olympics. And this one
I
is,
actually love these.
this is particularly funny.
So glad you can make it, yeah. You really made it. Hey, it's only us left now.
I love the rage cleaning. I am all about the rage cleaning.
Well, I wish she was here because I'd love to hear her comments about two very neat entries. I just think that she literally went for gold on this thing.
Totally agree.
Well,
all right. I guess I'm next.
Guess who's next?
I totally broke the rules. I didn't put my face anywhere because I don't do that. So, sitting on the couch one Saturday morning watching bicycle racing while it's thunderstorming outside, my husband, creative director, gave me ideas on different Arctic animals, and we put together a little combination. And the entire thing is Midjourney, other than the music, of course. The entire thing.
Yeah, the thing that I did was also Midjourney, but that was back before Kling and Sea Dance.
My favorite is the hockey player with the missing tooth, because I raised a hockey player, so I know all about hockey. That one was really fun to create.
That's great. That's great. All right. Well, the next thing was actually something that isn't a entry into the challenge, but Brian Sykes did some really impressive images for the Olympics. And I said, Brian, this deserves gold too, because what I like about it, we're seeing so much of people showing photorealistic stuff and everything. What he's done here is he's shown us a variety of art styles that are just beautifully done. So let me share that with you. This is like a out of alignment RGB images. You could do this sort of thing by shifting your channels in Photoshop. Very graphic.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's what Brian did, and again, just neat to see those kind of images. Brian, is taking a trip. He's calling "Are We There Yet?" In case you're not following Brian, he is planning. He and his wife are traveling the country for 2 or 3 years, staying a month in various cities, in order to determine where they're going to settle down after this trip. And so they're investigating different things. And also he mentions that he's going to let us know what cities he's going to. So if we're in the area, I've already invited him, if he's coming over to look at Lancaster area or whatever, you gotta get together with him. Let's see, Mike Parker, the Canadian gold medal winner. This is a great production. Mike, I enjoy this, and particularly the joke at the end.
I wasn't sure who was going to get all that with the Canadian drama around the curling, but.
Oh, it's great.
Over to ski jumping. The Canadian Mike Parker just won gold.
Thank you, Ann. The veteran jumper Mike was hyping himself from the start. The in-run was flawless, smooth, fast, no wasted motion. A breathtaking flight, gliding like a proud Canadian goose across the winter sky. And he nailed the landing with surgical precision. The Canadian crowd erupted. It was a beautiful sight.
Thank you, Frank. Coming up next, curling. And if history tells us anything, drama awaits.
Love it. So good. So good. And the geese.
Good old
Okay, my
Canadian
friend.
geese. Yeah.
That was great.
Thanks, Big Al.
What did you use to do it?
It was mostly all in Imagine Art. I'm like Lisa, though. I don't try for perfection because what does it really matter at the end of the day if everything's perfect? A couple notes. I did the sportscaster. I actually took it from a image right off the internet and just remade it. So I think that's a real lady. The jacket that I'm wearing, the Lululemon jacket, is actually Sidney Crosby, Canada's captain of the hockey team till he got booted out, like got injured there. So that was a real image that I just put my head in his jacket.
Oh, I love it.
And yeah, just kind of slapped it together as best I could under time constraints, as always, like all of you can relate to. But yeah, no, it was fun to put it together for sure. And I think what I had to do, I think I had to change it because I think I had originally said, oh, Mike Parker's going for gold, and then I didn't know how I was going to end the video, so I just changed it to say that I won gold just so I could end the video somehow. So get lazy sometimes to make it quicker. But anyway, turned out kind of good. It was funny. I had my wife laughing at that tight spandex type suit that I was wearing there in the third shot. So that was good.
What, you don't wear that normally? I mean, isn't that a normal everyday thing?
Generally, I try to avoid that as much as possible, Deanna. Maybe if I'm down south or something with the Speedo, but beyond that, I try to avoid it.
Hey, Glenn, I thought you were going to do something with ski jumping as well, but I haven't seen your stuff. Did you ever finish it?
He didn't want to make me look bad in the tight spandex, so he didn't want to make me look bad.
No, I actually did finally finish it, Mike, late last night. But
why don't you share your screen so we can see it?
Okay, hang on just a second.
Go full screen, please.
Will do. Hang
Tells
on.
me this is going to be good.
Just give me a second here. I'm just trying to remember for the same reasons why you're showing everybody's work. I'll share sound, right?
Yeah, share the two buttons there, the sound and the one below it.
Let me know if the usual question, if you see it. All right, let me see if I can go full screen. All right, Mike, this is for you.
Get out of here. You did the same thing.
Somehow it's not playing. Hold on.
What if you try sending it to Big Al and maybe he can play it?
In the meantime,
one more. No, three more, right?
Yeah, Eric David did one, and we'll take a look at that one.
A little bobsledding action.
Yeah.
Pause it whenever it zooms in on his face.
Oh no.
No, he wants it. He wants you to see the full effect.
Here goes Eric David. Off the handles and into the sled. Smooth and powerful. Picking up speed through the top section. Look at that line. Across the line. What a run! World record time for Eric David! Absolutely incredible. Here goes Eric David. Off the handles and into the sled. Smooth and powerful. Picking up speed through the top section.
There it is.
Look at that line. Across the line. What a run! World record time for Eric David! Absolutely incredible.
Great fun. Eric, let me stop sharing so you can comment.
It was a lot of fun working on that. Like I said, I wanted to pick an event where I could sit. But the challenge with figuring out what event to choose was, everyone wears a helmet and everything, so you really can't see anyone's faces. So, I didn't want to, I wanted to try to stay as authentic as possible. So I'm glad you noticed the close-up, Mike, because that was basically all I could really do to, bring a little bit of smile to the piece. And I did that in Sora too. So it took a lot of generations to get exactly the expression I wanted, and then the timing working out. Because anyone who uses Sora 2, sometimes the copy's not lined up with the visual, sometimes the visual's not lined up with the copy. So it took a number of generations to get it right. But you're watching the thing, and it's a 15-second video, and okay, I'm through 5 seconds, everything looks good. 10 seconds, okay, this might be the one. And then at the last minute, like one of them, like I got to the finish line, my whole sled fell apart, or I got into the sled and I flipped over, or just like weird hallucinations that you have to deal with. But just stood at it, just stayed at it, and until I got this generation that I really liked, and so I ended up using this one to submit.
Glenn, did you send that to me?
Oh, it's transferring now, Al, but unfortunately it's moving a little bit slow. So
okay,
it may have to just end up being a post.
No,
I kind of wanted to see Mike's face, but I guess I won't be able to.
Well, you'll get to see him when you play it here. It's just we were trying to make it a surprise for you, Mike. That was my innocent introduction to Glenn to see if he had done something.
That's great. I really appreciate you thinking of me that way, guys.
Well, we had some last minute stuff submitted. In fact, the reason I was a little slow getting started today was because I had 2 at the last minute. But let's look at this one. This is Vesica, hers last night. Let me get.
There better be some static dance in here somewhere, Vesica. Okay. I bet there is.
What a jump! Yes! Perfect telemark landing! What a jump! Yes!
I love it. I love the close-up of the smile when she goes.
Yeah. Vesica, tell us about it.
Good morning, everybody. I'm like so embarrassed. I mean, I cheated. I used Sora and then stitched it together and, cut a few like bad frames.
That's called art directing.
Yeah, I used the Midjourney like image and then, took it from there. Yeah. Anyway, like surprisingly for quick one-offs, like Sora has been not bad at all for like prototyping things.
That's great.
That's all I can say about it. And Eric, my apologies for my post. I totally copied yours. But it was like, yeah.
No worries. It was honest.
Got lots of comments about the shimmering suit, which was really cool.
Yeah, well, that was the Midjourney thing. I wanted to have something more holographic with Buki at dawn, and it did that to some extent, especially in the first one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Don Mulkey submitted this this morning, and I'm so glad you did, Don, because everybody needs to see this one.
Under the lights tonight, a first Olympic run for the nation of Promptonia, and one of the oldest and most inexperienced rookies we've ever seen at the start gate.
Go!
Skeleton is all commitment. Once you push, there's no second thought. That was one of the slowest starts we've seen in these games. Okay, so far through the upper section, This is where experience matters. And that is something he doesn't have. Oh my! We're going to take a short break.
Let's do it again.
Fantastic.
Under the lights tonight, a first Olympic run for the nation of Promptonia, and one of the oldest and most inexperienced rookies we've ever seen at the start gate.
Go!
Skeleton is all commitment. Once you push, there's no second thought. That was one of the slowest starts we've seen in these games. Okay, so far through the upper section, this is where experience matters. And that is something he doesn't have. Oh my! We're going to take a short break.
We gotta hear from the maker here.
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. I kind of ran out of time. I had big visions. I had a flag design, a new country flag. I designed, as you can see, I designed the speed suit. All based on the new country of Promptonia. So it was fun. I used mostly Imagine Art with VO3 and Kling 3 for the video. Primarily, I think Nano Banana for the still images. And I started out with the idea, obviously, and then I went and looked for actual runs from these Olympics, and downloaded that video. Then I took still frames out of that video, put those in to help create the specific images, and then built it from there. I think that some of the things that were most frustrating in doing it was that they don't seem to want to do things in real time or to show things in real time. Things are always kind of like slow motion, and when you're trying to get something really moving, and even in my prompts, I would put in traveling at 60 miles an hour or something like that, and listing negative prompts, don't do these negative prompts, and so forth. And it still always kind of comes out looking like it's slow speed, slow motion.
Yeah,
and then in the
go ahead.
Then in the edit, I just went in and sped everything up.
Eric, on that subject, what did you do to get the high speed that you got?
It was just, reprompting it, each time that, it was going too slow, I would do, POV, exciting shots. I used some more emotional words than actual speed, dynamic, dramatic angles, things of that nature.
And what program?
Sora.
Okay.
But it did take a number of generations because it does tend to have certain hallucinations from time to time.
Okay. Well, guys, thank you. That was great. We have one more here. Teresa was submitting at the last minute, and that's okay. I'm glad she did, because we definitely wanted to see her.
Oh, I love it already.
There she is in her all magnificent skating routine. Tell us about it, Teresa.
Well, I had big dreams, and I actually started working on it early in the month and tried all kinds of things. And I had big dreams about doing these amazing uh, skating routines, and also with, a partner. Well, I used to teach dance and teach salsa. So anyway, just making the outfits in Lumu took some time, and then I'm not really good about sharing my face, so that was kind of intimidating, and I had trouble with character consistency. So I had some great videos, but it was doing strange things. Like I was turning blonde and my legs were all bizarre. So I just every day tried something else, and then last night I couldn't get it. So I thought I was just going to give up. And then this morning I just tried it. But I wanted to do more of, I prompted for some of the moves they were making in the Olympics. And it just, I couldn't get it to work. And I think mostly it had to do with patience. So I used Lumu and then Imagine Art for some of the changing a couple of one outfit, I think. And then I did it in CapCut. And then I don't know. It was really a rush job this morning. I'm sorry it was so late. I might work on it some more actually because I have so many things, images, and I had this idea of tango. So I have a lot of images of tango, like if I would have done a partner routine with a kind of tango vibe going on. But as a dancer, I was really looking at it, trying to get these dance moves in the skating, and I just couldn't do it. I needed more time, mostly.
Well, you went through the effort, and you got some decent results there. So nothing to apologize for.
Thank you.
Part of the
I have a question, Big Al. What did you animate with, Teresa? What did you use? Was it Sora or was it something else?
I made first I designed the outfit in Lumu, and then I did a flat lay, and then I added my image, and then I made a video. I made a keyframes first and last, and then I asked Lumu to do it for me. I also asked Imagine Art to do it for me, and in Imagine Art, the only thing I did was in Nano, I think I changed my outfit. For some reason, I had one short sleeve and one long sleeve, so that was the only thing. And then I went back to Lumu for the final. I tried it in Kling in Imagine Art. So it's actually just 2 images and a request for a video with a prompt that has the names of these complicated spins and turns and things. Couldn't really do it, but I thought it was good enough for today. But I think I'll play with it more because I think it's a good exercise for me. I have been having trouble with getting dance. I see dance stuff, but I'm like, that's not a real movement. You're tapping your foot. So that's not enough. That's when you're vibing at the side of the nightclub. You're not on the dance floor. So I want to play with it more.
Those moves probably aren't in the learning of the model.
Yeah, there's a model, right? What is it that you can? So I'm going to maybe video myself. I forgot where I can do that, and then make a video from my own movements. Is that
the cart? You can do that in the cart. I think you can do it in Hicksville too now.
Yeah, I have to figure that out. Ginger knows. I'm going to ask her. So I think that's the only way I'm going to be able to get the moves that I want. I've been trying for a long time. We'll get there. We'll get there. You really know how to build this up, Glenn.
Yes.
Well, if only if it was on purpose.
Okay, I have it.
Cool.
Let me
share my. So Big Al, this is dedicated to Mike Parker.
Here we go.
Over to ski jumping. Mike Parker just won gold. Or did he? Under the new challenge clause, silver gets 1 jump to take gold. Beat the winning distance, otherwise the team is disqualified.
Thank you, Anne. All right, folks, buckle in. This is it for Team USA on the long hill. In-run crews hustling. Grooves brushed, wind checked. Every detail matters. One jump, final chance, and the name up next? Nobody saw coming. Glenn Batkin. Social media calls him the Bat.
I love the bat.
B-A-T! Bat, bat, bat!
First Olympics. Now the whole country's watching. Take off. He's flying. Now the landing. He nails it and defeats veteran jumper Mike Parker for gold. Listen to this crowd. Glenn Batkin just delivered when USA needed it most. Thrill of victory and agony of defeat.
The bat!
We gotta watch that one again.
Over to ski jumping. Mike Parker just won gold. Or did he? Under the new challenge clause, silver gets one jump to take gold. Beat the winning distance, otherwise the team is disqualified.
Thank you, Anne. All right, folks, buckle in. This is it for Team USA on the long hill. In-run crews hustling. Grooves brushed, wind checked. Every detail matters. One jump, final chance, and the name up next? Nobody saw coming. Glenn Batkin. Social media calls him the Bat.
I love the bat.
B-A-T! Bat, bat, bat!
First Olympics. Now the whole country's watching. Take off. He's flying. Now the landing. He nails it and defeats veteran jumper Mike Parker for gold. Listen to this crowd. Glenn Batkin just delivered when USA needed it most. Thrill of victory and agony of defeat.
The bat!
Pride
Man,
of the beer is the best.
That's fantastic. It drinks beer like I actually do. That's fantastic. That was amazing, Glenn. That was amazing.
Oh, you know what? I was working on, as you know, I was working on the ski jump when you posted, and I was obviously never going to include you because I didn't know you had done the same. And I thought, well, I have to do something. So I pulled the same woman and the same language, and then figured I'd have you crying at the end.
No, that was it was amazing. Like it wasn't enough for the Canadian men's hockey team to lose, then you have to make me lose here too. So it's the Olympics were a total write-off for me. But no, honestly, I really appreciate that. Honored that you did that. So thank you. It's amazing.
Sure, it's fun.
Yeah.
And saving it for last was certainly.
I love that you had your own action figure too.
The whole thing.
And the hats, it's
incredible.
Just
so
great.
good.
Yeah, it was silly fun.
Amazing.
I'm glad we've had so many people participate in this, and frankly, I think that we're going to have more people participate in the March one. I think the March one is going to really touch people to do it. I put together a video that I think people will be impressed with the video as well as the topic. So let me share my screen and show you what next month's Big AL Big A.I challenge.
Kids, I have something very special to give you.
What is it?
This is a present that has been saved for you since way before you were born.
What?
It's from your great-great-grandmother. Go ahead, open it.
Miei cari bambino, avrei voluto vi abbia nata a lungo per poternos icone. Como no pude, quería contarles cómo era la vida cuando yo era joven. 私たちはあなたに伝えようとしました。でも、誰も耳を傾けませんでした。それでも、まだ希望はあります。未来はあなたたちの手の中にあります。Por isso, guarde algo especial para vocês. Veem o mapa do tesouro na próxima panninha.
Look at this map! I know where this is!
Something surprising is happening around the world today. With strict instructions not to open them until now, the last Friday of March 21-26, children across the globe are opening letters from their great-great-grandparents. Each letter includes a map. Each map leads to buried treasure. The treasure? A time capsule. Inside, a glimpse of life 100 years ago, when artificial intelligence was just beginning to reshape daily life in ways we now take for granted. Back then, it sparked both excitement and fear. In March of 2026, a group of people from around the world chose to capture that moment, sealing their thoughts, hopes, and questions into a capsule for future generations. And today, those capsules are being opened.
This is it! I wonder what's in it.
What do you think, guys?
Wow.
Yeah, I wasn't counting on crying today. Thank you, Big Al.
Amazing.
Wow.
That was great, Big Al. Really good. Really good.
I what I like about the story is that it's a slow reveal. You know, you didn't expect those kids in different countries and different languages speaking of reading this letter. We've got Italian and Spanish, Japanese and Portuguese in there, and then the last ones are supposed to be Australian, and of course we have the BBC type British newscaster in there. Yeah, I think the idea is, what would you want to tell people 100 years from now about this time? You know, what's been going on with AI and how it's been affecting you. Now, what do you include? Do you include pictures, videos, poems, some sort of thing that you've written to put into it? Back a few years ago, when my 6 sons were young, we had a storage shed that we were building, and it was on a slope. So I built a railroad tie barrier around the thing and filled that with gravel to level the thing off. And we decided we were going to put a time capsule in the gravel. Well, a few years later, when the shed merited being taken down and building a new one, I reminded the kids we had put this time capsule in. So we went and dug up the time capsule. And they were just amazed at the kids' drawings that they had put in and the pictures they put in and stuff like that. And so we decided that we would rebury it, but also include stuff from that year when we opened it. So there's 2 years worth of stuff in it. And it was once again buried under the shed in the gravel. And someday somebody will find it. So I'll tell you, people are definitely affected by what happens in something like that. And I think that this is, as you indicated, Deanna, this is an emotional idea. And I think that a lot of people will have a lot of interesting things to include in it. I will be posting this video on LinkedIn after this event is over, and I will also put it on my YouTube channel. Very anxious to share this with you guys.
Beautifully done. Wow.
Just before we conclude, just a quick reminder, March 6th, we will have Sherry Horwitz, and the subject of the thing is, What's Up, Sherry Horwitz? March 20th, we have an interview with Alwyn Veliquez. March 27th, we will bring back to share all of our entries into the March Challenge. And I actually have 3 pending events for April. I've got, by this weekend, I will have those 3 things lined up. While we were on here, I got a message from one person that I was asking if he could do it, because I've asked him before to do it, but he's indicated that he's doing it. There's a guy that does beautiful animations, and he's got a couple thousand people that follow him on LinkedIn, but I want more people to see his work. This is not necessarily AI work, but it is fantastic video in various styles and things. And so when he asked to connect to me, I looked at his sample reel that he sent me that was to be posted the next day. And I said, I definitely want you to come on to the main event. And his response back was, wow, I wasn't expecting this, And so that is, he's agreed that he wants to do this. I got to have him pick out which day so I can tell the other people what days are available. And the third one is another AI company. A guy who I think is originally from India, is in San Francisco, and he and his business partner have created this new platform, and it's one of these platforms that has all these different programs in it. This is something we're going to talk about next week. I think I was off in my timing here. March 13th is what Sherry Horwitz. Next week on the 6th of March, we're going to be talking about how many AI subscriptions are too few and how many are too many. And,
oh, Lord. Tell my bank account.
I have all kinds of information that I'm going to be sharing with you about all these different programs that are out there. I don't know if I will have every one of them listed, because there's constantly new stuff, coming out. I have a slideshow I'm putting together to show you a whole lot of statistics, different categories of AI programs, and then we can talk back and forth about it. The thing is, if you're just an amateur, there's a number of programs that you might want to have. If you're a professional, there's more. If you're just getting started, which ones are the ones that you should be starting with. But the big question is, what about these platforms now that have all these different programs in it? I saw this guy's program this week. On Wednesday, he did a Zoom call with me and showed me the thing. And I showed him this video that I just showed you, and seeing that, he realized that he needed to include audio and music in the thing, and he just sent me a message last night that he now has audio and music available in the program. But all the different programs are available in there. And if you take the maximum one that he's offering, it's $55 a month, and you have all these programs available, and all I don't remember how many tokens. I asked him, by the way, how does this work with all these companies coming into different sites? And he explained to me that things are being charged by tokens, and apparently a certain percentage of the tokens go to the original company, and a certain amount of the tokens go to him. That makes sense. Why are these programs all showing up in all these different platforms? Because it's another way for them to make money than just going directly to their platform. fascinating time we're in. I think that there's much that you can tell me about it in your time capsules. So thank you,
Looking forward to
everybody.
that, Al.
What's
That
that?
whole report that you're putting together, I'm really looking forward to that. It's so applicable right now to every business out there. Can't wait to see what you put together.
Yeah, yeah. Well, thank you, people, for showing up. Thank you for winning gold. Every one of you received a gold medal, the prestigious Big AL Big A.I challenge for outstanding participation in the challenge. I'm just glad we did this today. This was a lot of fun. I'm going to stop
Thanks, Big
recording.
Al.
I'm going to stop recording.
Thanks, Big Al.
Okay,
everybody.
Thank you.